What's up guys, Readiness Reviews back with you again. In the world of ration reviews, the word rare is thrown around a lot. In this particular situation, we are actually looking at an extremely rare ration. This is a food packet cold weather, packed on the 69th day of 2004 by Ameriqual packaging. It is menu number 3, pork, sweet and sour with rice. These rations are a little bit of a mystery. I've done a lot of time trying to research and figure out exactly what the heck these things are. Like I said, the date of production is 2004, which is the same time that the mill cold weather was put into service. This is a 2018, I believe, mill cold weather packed by the Warneck Company. You can see the two side by side there. It's very similar packaging, but you can definitely tell the differences mainly in the name. The predecessor to the food packet cold weather was the ration cold weather, which ended its production in 1999, but it was still fielded until the stocks were exhausted in around 2004, 2005. The ration cold weather would initially have been a dual pack MRE. It was supposed to provide food to a soldier for an entire day, whereas the food packet cold weather and the mill cold weather are supposed to be a single mill. 2004 was an interesting year for MREs. It was the very first year that Ameriqual made the food packet long range patrol. Of course, it was the year that the mill cold weather was introduced. And for some reason, Ameriqual produced a limited batch of rations called food packet cold weather, which is a mixture of food packet long range patrol and mill cold weather. I've attempted to acquire as much information as possible on this ration, and it is very limited out there. I've spent a long time on the Google machine trying to figure some things out about this, and it's been very difficult. From what I've observed, the date range for these is about the 68th day of 2004 to about the 72nd day of 2004. So not a very long time at all. Now, there might be some out there that I've missed. Like I said, all I've been able to find is what other people have shared on the internet. A lot of information on mreinfo.com. I believe this will be the first time that this ration is opened on camera or in any form. I couldn't find any picture reviews or anything like that on this ration to reference. I know that fellow ration reviewer B. Temple actually purchased the other 3 of these that were available from the eBay seller that I bought these from, and he sent those to Old Smoky. So Old Smoky will be doing a review on this ration as well. I expect him to have access to more information than me. He will probably be able to provide a little bit more history on this ration than I can. I almost don't want to open this one up just for collector purposes. Luckily, I bought a lot of 3 of these, so I do have 2 that I'm holding in reserve. I'm very curious to see what is inside of this. I'm going to save all this packaging since this is such a rare ration item. So I'm just going to make a slit on the back here. And since we're opening it upside down, we're getting the main out first. It's in a white package, unlike an LRP, which would be a tan package. It's labeled Oregon freeze-dried, as opposed to, say, Mountain House, although this is a Mountain House main. Freeze-dried, sweet and sour pork with rice, 5.89 ounces. And the vacuum seal on this seems very, very solid. We have a date of production on this thing, the 17th day of 2004, so very early 2004. We have an accessory pack D, packed on the 20th day of 2004. Soup, chicken flavor, that's 300 calories, 38 grams of carbs, and I believe this is like a ramen noodle, packed on the 35th day of 2004. We have a pack of Cappuccino mocha, 28 grams, 120 calories, packed on the 22nd day of 2004. I haven't had one of these in a while, and I'm never in this awesome white packaging. A pack of vegetable crackers, 180 calories. The last couple things in the bag there is a 1.5 ounce pack of peanut butter and a standard MRE spoon. The early mill cold weathers all had this very cool white camouflage packaging. In recent years, the mill cold weather has switched over to looking pretty much the same way the LRP does, and the internal contents or the tan color, the only thing that's white is the external bag. Let's open up our little accessory pack and see exactly what we have inside of there. We have a creamer non-dairy, the old standby Lighthouse toilet paper, a moist towelette, MRE gum, a little Tabasco bottle that seems to be almost completely empty, a green pack of matches with red tips, a very unusual use real sugar pack, packed by Dixie Crystals, pure sugar, Dixie Crystal brand. I've actually never seen this little pack of sugar before. I'm probably not going to open that. And we have the infamous red pack of Taster's Choice. These usually don't hold up, but maybe we'll get lucky and this one has. This ration is a cold weather ration, and so there are no wet pack items in here. Everything in it is designed to be fine if it's frozen. So we have freeze-dried main and side item. You have to add water to those to reconstitute. So I'm gonna get some water onto boil and I'll be right back. The contents of this ration is very similar to that of a meal cold weather. However, there is one large difference that I did notice. The meal cold weather usually comes with 2 drink packets. Dehydration is a problem in Arctic conditions. Guys usually don't drink enough. And so in the meal cold weathers, they add in 2 just to keep everyone nice and hydrated. This ration only came with 1 drink and a coffee. Now that might have been a mistake. They might have left out whatever other beverage was supposed to be in here. But in this particular pack, there's only 1 drink mix. This ration requires a ton of hot water to prepare. The main calls for 16 ounces. The soup chicken flavor calls for 8 ounces. Cappuccino calls for 6 ounces. And the coffee's also about 6 ounces. So I hope the guys out there in the cold had a way to heat up water, otherwise they were gonna have problems. Let's go ahead and open the main up first so we can get it going. I can hear that vacuum breaking just a little bit. Right away it starts loosening it up as soon as the air gets in there. No internal bag or anything. There's a look at the contents. Stuff looks a little weird. The freeze-dried rice is very puffy looking. I smell sort of a bell pepper smell coming off of this. There's some little chunks of pork right on top, so let's go ahead and try one of those. There's a little chunk of freeze-dried pork there. Very crunchy. Not much to it in the freeze-dried form. It doesn't taste bad at all. Not quite sure what this is. Some kind of vegetable, maybe celery or something. Let's go ahead and try that one out. That had a nice crunch. That was bell pepper. A sweet piece of bell pepper. This pack is very full. Now that we have it spread out a little bit, I can read the nutrition facts on it. 730 calorie main, a whopping 108 grams of carbohydrates, 39 of which are sugar, 5 grams of dietary fiber, I guess that's something, and 29 grams of protein. This calls for a full 16 ounces of water. However, anytime I've tried to make a mountain house with the recommended amount of water, it comes out soupy, and I do not want soupy rice. So I'm going to start with 12 ounces, and then we will add more if needed. This water just came off a boil, so it's super hot. Got to really get down in there and stir this thing well, so that way we don't have any dry spots. And it's looking like 12 ounces is going to be about perfect. Oh man, this smells great. It's putting off a fantastic aroma. Go ahead and fold this over and roll it up. We'll let that sit and do its thing while we're getting the other items prepared. Next, let's take a look at this soup chicken flavor. I'm assuming you're supposed to prepare this in the bag as well. It doesn't stand up like the main does. Yep, it's just a puck of ramen noodles. This actually looks like the inside of a cup of noodles cup. If you've ever dissected one of those, the amount of noodles on the inside of a cup of noodles is about that much. The powder's already on here. I don't see any kind of desiccant pack or anything in this. That has sort of a weird, stely sort of smell to it. Maybe that'll be better once we get some water in it. Let's go ahead and open these crackers while we're at it. Nice vacuum on those. I really like the vegetable crackers. They're not in enough menus though. Those came out all in one piece, not broken up or anything. There's a look at them there, a little bit darker than a regular MRE cracker. Those smell nice and fresh. And if you get really close, you can see the little bits of vegetable matter in there. Again, with the soup chicken flavor, I'm gonna add a little bit less water than it calls for. It wanted 8 ounces. I'm gonna put about 6 or 6.5 in there. Those noodles started loosening up right away. And I do see some little floaties. There's some corn in there. This is pretty much just a cup of noodles, it looks like. Give that one a little fold over, and we'll give it a few minutes to start reconstituting. The next thing we'll check out will be Cappuccino Mocha. This one has a little tear notch on it. There's a look at the powder there. It has a very sweet, chocolatey, mild coffee scent to it. We'll use one of my standard stem glasses. Let's go ahead and get the powder in the glass there. I will use the directed amount of water on this one, which is 6 ounces. Give that a quick stir. That's looking very nice. Let's check out this Taster's Choice and see if it's held up or not. And absolutely not. I can't even hardly get it open. It's all stuck together. Let's rip it down the side. Yeah, it's just straight moldy. It's green and gray and disgusting. So yeah, we're not gonna be preparing that Taster's Choice. And creamer non-dairy is just creamer non-dairy. So I'm just gonna keep this the way that it is and save it with the rest of the ration packaging. Let's take a look at this peanut butter. I really like these 1.5 ounce packs. It gives you enough peanut butter. The new 1 ounce packs just seems to be lacking. Slice just a small corner off of this. And we'll take a look at some of this directly on the cracker. Oh yeah, that looks great. I'm freaking starving, so I'm gonna go ahead and try some of this out. I'll check out a bite of just the plain crackers first off. Crunchy and fresh. That vegetable adds just a little something extra to it that makes them really good. These usually don't hold up as well as the regular crackers. The added vegetable material tends to make them more brittle, but these are in great condition, especially for being from 2004. Let's go ahead and try that with the peanut butter. That peanut butter is fantastic. One last little bite there. Well, the crackers and peanut butter are in perfect shape. Very good. But now I'm ready for a sip of this Cappuccino Mocha. Has a little bit of a head on it. There's a couple little floaties in there, but nothing too bad. Smells a bit more like coffee now than it did when it was just in its powder form. If you're a fan of like dark black coffees, probably won't like this. It's very sweet, it's hot, and it's really hitting the spot on this rainy Georgia day. It's not very much fluid for this whole meal, but man, this thing's good. Just mild, not overpowering. For a non-coffee drinker, that's about as perfect as a coffee can get. I think it's time to take a look at this main entree. Let's give it a quick stir. It feels like it's absorbed all the water. The rice has plumped up nice. Let's go ahead and plate this one up. It's probably gonna overfill our tray compartment. There's a lot of food in this thing. It's pretty heavy. There's a big clump left in the bottom. I'm gonna try to get that out. And this is a mountain of food. I got pretty much everything out. I'll go back after the video and dig every last little morsel out of there. This has a very unique smell coming off of it. I can't quite place it. Let's take a close look at it and see if we can figure out what we have going on in here. So there's our little chunks of sweet and sour pork. We have some little bits of red pepper, it looks like. Little bits of green pepper. Of course, tons of rice. There's a little piece of yellow pineapple there. There's a look at that. I want to go ahead and try that one by itself while I have it out. Yeah, sweet. You can tell it's pineapple. There's little chunks of that throughout here. There's not really much else in there. The portion is absolutely overflowing the plate though. I've never had this Mountain House menu before, so this is a new experience for me. The aroma's a little hard to explain. It's sort of a sweet smell. There's a big spoonful. Let's just go ahead and taste it. It is quite sweet. It's rehydrated perfectly. I'm glad I put less water than it called for because I actually have a rice dish instead of rice soup. There's nothing special with the pork. It still has some nice texture to it. It's a little bit chewy. This is very good main though. It's missing some spiciness for my palate though. Unfortunately, our Tabasco has about had it. I think just a little bit of red pepper flakes or some neutral flavored hot sauce would really crank this up and make it a lot better. I know one thing's for sure, I'm gonna be full after this video. There's a lot of pork in this actually. When you read the name of military packaging, they usually list the ingredient that there's the most of first. So like the name of this is pork with rice, as opposed to rice with pork. By the naming structure, there should be more pork than rice, and pretty much every bite that I'm taking has a lot of big chunks of pork in it. That is a hearty, filling meal. If you're gonna eat 3 of these a day, you're gonna stay absolutely stuffed. On the other hand, when this menu is issued as a long-range patrol ration, a soldier would only get 1 per day. And in that case, you're going to be glad it's a large amount of food and probably wishing you had another one. The last food component to really check out is this soup chicken flavor. Looks like the bottom half is reconstituted pretty good where the top half really didn't. That probably has to do with me putting less water than it called for. I think maybe a quick stir around will get it good to go though. Let's see if this will fit on our tray. That's a large portion as well. It doesn't seem to have much seasoning on it. It does have nice little pieces of vegetables in it though. See some carrot, some corn, a little bit of green pea. The aroma is very light. There's a big heaping spoonful of that. Let's try that out. Yeah, it reconstituted. This is very mild. It's like you made a cup of noodles, but it only had about 1/4 of the amount of seasoning it would normally have. The corn is nice and sweet. I do like that. This has a pretty substantial sodium content to it. I can tell it's nice and salty. You're probably really gonna like this if you're out there freezing in the Arctic, but as a standalone dish, a little underwhelming in the flavor department. Still not bad at all though. There was no kind of dessert or anything in this pack. It's still a fantastic little ration pack with a ton of food. Well, there you have it guys. That was the contents and review of the very rare food packet cold weather by Ameriqual from 2004. Very limited production on these. Don't know exactly how many. There are some out there, but it's not commonly available. I'm really looking forward to seeing Old Smokey open his up and do his review, because I'm sure he will have some information that I did not. If you like this video, please hit that thumbs up. Share the video if you feel like this is something someone else might enjoy watching. And if you enjoyed the review, throw me a sub because I'll have more content like this coming in the future. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. And I will catch you in the next video. See you then. Peace.